Hey everybody, it is Rolly, and so today is day 10. It's the last day of the Share Your Heart, Share Your Work Facebook Live challenge. So it was a challenge to go live 10 days and following prompts that my friend Allison has, excuse me, that my friend Allison was actually prompting us with. And yeah, there's my French. I can honestly say that without being, that I'm not being sarcastic, I'm being serious. My reverse language. So today's prompts are about, so what have you learned about yourself is basically the prompt that Allison has given us. So over the last 10 days, what have I noticed? So one of the things that I noticed is that I struggle with identifying who I am, that I do much better with just saying, hey, it's Rolly, and as opposed to saying what my job title is. And so as much as I am nervous when I actually come on live, one of the things that I've noticed this week is that by coming on live more frequently is that I'm not as nervous. I still am, and before I hit the live button, it's like, and so but when I'm actually going live in one of my groups or I'm doing a presentation, I'm a little bit nervous, but like that's the normal kind of nervous. But going live, like I have 1,200 people on my Facebook Live that are tuning in from different places. I don't know necessarily who the people are. In my groups, I know who the people are, and we get to know each other and that kind of thing. So within the group, it's not as intimidating. So going live on my Facebook page makes things a little bit more intimidating, and especially when you get to the little eyeball that comes on and you have no idea who it is that's on. So they listen for a little bit, and then they either leave or they come back or somebody else pops in and you don't really know who it is. So it's like talking to yourself and talking to who knows who, and not really having that part of the conversation. So what have I learned about myself is that it is not as bad as I make it out to be sometimes, as most of us. So I know that from watching some of the other lives from the people in the group, is that I'm not the only one that kind of goes, I'm live, other people are watching, other people are hearing, other people are looking. And so that part of things is, so that's not just me. And so what have I learned about myself is that I'm not necessarily unique in that way, that other people have the same kinds of things. So one of the other things that I learned about myself is that I've learned to be okay with my crazy hair, except for that today I can honestly say that it's actually kind of cool. So I had I got a haircut today, so I'm not doing the, oh my god, my hair is all over the place. So thanks to Penny for that. And so so today's the first time that I've ever gone to Penny, and I really like what she did. It was actually really good. So it really has brought out my curls. So and I like my curls. I just hate it when my hair just kind of does its own thing, and especially in the when the weather gets, so when it gets too humid, my hair gets frizzy. When it gets too dry, then my hair gets frizzy. So it's kind of like, so don't really know what it is that's going on or how it's going. So doesn't matter. So my hair is just my hair, and it'll just do its own thing. So one of the other things, so one of the other prompts that Allison's put out is, so what were your beliefs before the challenge about live video, and what are your beliefs after? So my beliefs beforehand was just that it was just a little bit nerve-wracking, a little bit, and not that that belief has changed, so I guess that's not really a belief. My belief is that that I may fumble, that I may say something wrong, that I may do something wrong. But when I'm doing a presentation, or I'm doing a program, or I'm doing something within a group or face-to-face, I just kind of be myself, and it's really not a big deal. But when I'm coming on live on my Facebook page, it's kind of like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And so that belief of like, I don't need to be perfect, and it doesn't matter. And so if somebody wants to listen, they're going to listen. If they want to comment and join in, they're going to comment and join in. And I really appreciate when people join in, because that really is so much nicer to have a conversation. And I know that one of the things that leading into the Facebook Live Challenge is that I try to, when somebody else is going on live, I try to have a conversation with the people who are on live, because I know what it's like. And so I purposely have a conversation with people. So, so yeah, that is, so I guess that kind of fits within my beliefs, right? So my belief is that I really don't need to be perfect. And but going into it, that was one of the things that I was always very fearful of I need to be perfect. And so, so now ending this 10-day challenge is, it is what it is. And so if I can't remember how to what my title is, or what it is that's going on, then it's not the end of the world. And so, which is why the last couple lives are like, okay, seriously, you know who I am. So if you're following my page, then chances are you actually know who I am, and you know what it is that I do, or you have an idea of what it is that I do. And so, so one of the things, so what has the impact had? So what has been the impact of showing up on these videos, both in your thinking, in your heart, and your outer work world? And so one of the things that by showing up live has allowed for is that I actually have had people who've actually commented on the fact that I've been on live, and that they do listen to some of the things that I say. So some people are interested in what it is that I'm saying and doing, and so those that aren't, or are either going to just ignore it, or move on. And so it's either just going to increase the number of people who like my page, or decrease the number of people who like my page. And it is what it is, and I can't really, I have no control over that. And so I need to just be me and who I am. Typically, I don't think that I'm not me. I think that I'm pretty authentic. And so that is, so the impact has been that I am okay with just fumbling wherever it is that I can, or where I do, and being okay with saying, you know what, I just crossed one language over with the other, or my grammar is backwards, like who cares? It is what it is. And so that is who I am. So even when I have something in my tooth, I had a, was having a pepperoni stick when I got home from work tonight. So it's, part of it's kind of stuck in my tooth. I guess I'm going to have to do some flossing. Not on live, though. I'm not flossing on live. That's just kind of going to go beyond a little bit. So, and then, so share some insights over the past 10-day challenge. And if this is just the beginning, and finally, if this is just the beginning, where do you go from here? So that is, so that's Allison's final prompt. So, I think it is going to be the beginning. I think that I am going to continue with doing some lives, coming on every day. Maybe, maybe not. I have no idea. Right now I am going live every day with the 30-day gratitude challenge. And so, but I'm doing that from my personal page. And so that is, and that was a commitment that I had made to myself for the gratitude challenge. And so, so on my page, I don't know how often. I don't know. I was going live fairly regularly, like not on any consistent time. And then I just stopped. for different reasons. And so being able to, I'm not always really good at being able to write out what it is that I am sharing. And other people are really good with that kind of thing, of being able to explain what it is that they're doing in writing, and it sounds really great. And whereas I don't necessarily write very clearly, so it's like long-winded, the same way that I talk. But the other part of things is that when I'm actually talking, then I'm actually talking and I'm actually having a conversation. Even if nobody else is on with me, I'm still having that conversation. So my puppy is doing some really funky, weird sounds. So I'm not really sure what it is that he's doing. But he's, yeah, he was supposed to have his haircut today. He got a wash, and so did Miss Susie. So they both got their hair washed, and then they, our power went out. So we had, so he came back home. They came back home. My son went back and picked them up, and they came back home. So apparently they're going to go for their haircut tomorrow. So they had their wash today, haircut tomorrow. I don't know what it is that caused the power outage, but it was like across from, at least from Eulaskird to North Cobalt. So I don't know whether or not Cobalt was affected, but all of Temiskaming Shores was definitely affected. So Lucas, stop. Stop. Now he's looking at me really funny. So, but the, so I think that I am going to continue with being able to share what it is that I'm doing. I know that that was something that when, about a year ago, a year and a half ago, I would actually share and explain some of my workshops that were coming up. And I know that that was helpful for people to be able to understand what it is that was going on. Because like I said, my writing isn't always the best, and isn't always clear, isn't always really sure what it is that you're doing. And sometimes, not sometimes, always, is that some of my programs are virtual and some of my programs are online. And so being able to have a conversation about it would actually probably help, and people can actually ask questions. And so by having, by going on live, then that may help to be able to clarify for some people. But being able to explain what are some of the things that you're actually going to get from participating. So like, for example, tonight we had our Inner Goddess Circle, and so we did, I have not been doing chakra dance as part of my Inner Goddess Circle since we started in June, and tonight that's what it was. And so being able to explain what is it, what is the what is chakra dance, and what is some of the other things that I do. So being able to explain some of those things and being able to hear how how it is that I do things, and how it actually what it is to expect, right? So like not really knowing what to expect in a program makes it like, well, do I really want to go? And a lot of the people that I deal with have some anxiety around, like some nervousness. I'm not really sure, like, should I go? What are other people going to think, and what's going to happen? And so by being able to hear what it is that is going on and being able to ask questions, I think might be really helpful. So am I going to continue with the lives? Yep. I'm definitely going to be continuing with the lives. How often am I going to do the lives? I don't know. So I don't know if one of the things that I was doing before is that I would just jump on. So if I had something that I wanted to say, then I would just jump on. And if I was doing something or I was somewhere, then I would just jump on. And so I just stopped doing that before this challenge. And so I think that it's time for me to just start doing it again. So I think that that's the outcome of that. So that, and like I said, when I'm going to be doing, I am doing, and I have been doing, so we're at day 4 of the gratitude challenge, and so on my own personal page I jump on, and so just keep going from there. So yeah, so thank you, Allison, and thank you to my cohorts in this challenge. I really have learned a lot from my cohorts by hearing some of the things that they talk about, that they hear about. that they were sharing. And so it's been really good and really helpful. And one of the things that was really helpful with this challenge is being able to hear that a lot of the nervousness that I have, or a lot of the worries that I have about hopping on live, of the like, what are people going to think, kind of thing, is normal. And so it's not, I'm not any different than the ones who, and some of the people who were doing this challenge are people that have been doing lives and still had some of those insights. So yeah, so that is definitely my takeaway. And like I said, I have gained some confidence in being able to do it. And if people want to follow me, then they'll continue to follow me. If they don't, then they'll unfollow me. But those who want to follow me will continue to be engaged, and those that don't will stop. So I can't change that. I can't control it. I can't worry about it. Well, I can. It just doesn't do me any good. So that is, so that's my takeaway. So that is my takeaway for today. And I want to thank you, for those of you who have watched, for those of you who have communicated. And if you're catching the replay, then hashtag replay and give me some feedback. I'd love to be able to hear some feedback. So yeah. So that is it for me today. So I thank you, and this is the last day of this challenge. And but like, this isn't going to be the last day that I hop on. So that is my decision for today. So I will talk to you soon. Bye for now.